take you from meeting people to
making money.
We're going to make you some money today because this is so powerful, Rob.
It's good stuff, Cheryl.
How do you use your CRM?
I mean, that is, I think, one of the most overlooked things that people in the networking community don't do. I raise my hand a little bit too. I'm getting better, but I can't wait to hear more.
That's right. So about a year and a half ago, remember John Beatty talked about CRM.
Yes.
So go back and catch that episode here on YouTube. You can see it in the list. But today we're going to talk about CRMs because of Scotty Smith from Connect Fest.
Yes.
That was one of the, between he and Eli, we're going to touch on some of the things that they did because it was remarkable.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they really, both of them are, experts in the marketing side, and especially Scotty on the CRM side. That it was a big takeaway for me.
That's right. So here's the theme of today's episode, and it's really just a re-warmed over collection to connection. Collection to connection, meaning you're collecting business cards, you're collecting data, you're collecting people on LinkedIn, but what do you do with the data? So these two experts blew us away.
Yeah.
They were amazing at Connect Fest, and I want to have them in as guests.
Absolutely.
Individually, and let's let them talk about their areas of expertise because it was just so big. So what I'm going to do is kind of touch on the things that they touched on, and Rob's going to fill in the blanks on how you believe CRMs can be used or are underutilized. Right?
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to make sure that you have a connect to the deck down in the comments below. I couldn't say that right. Connect to the deck down in the comments below. That will allow you to go back and see what they talked about and connect with them directly because they were so good.
Yeah.
So here are the two people we're going to talk about, and then we're going to leave with a couple of great action items.
Okay.
And it was Scotty Smith Cycle Works. I'm going to spell that for you, and it's all one word. CYCLEWERX. Cycle Works. So he's the CRM expert. Now, Eli with a Y, Delaney, you all have had some great conversations, right?
Yeah, we sure have.
He's awesome. He was up here just the other day. Just the other day, so good. Purple Night Marketing, that's KNIGHT, Purple Night Marketing. And he is the follow-up expert.
Yeah.
He's also got that new that hashtag thing. You know what the hashtag is? Meet cool people.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he showed me that.
So, go into LinkedIn, you might be able to Google it, and hashtag Meet Cool People, and you'll see some really fun stuff that he's doing as well. So let's first talk about why CRMs.
To me, that is the biggest thing. Because again, every once in a while, when I've been on a kind of a networking surge, I've got tons of cards on my desk.
Yeah.
And I've been busy in that, and I've put it off like I always do. But then there comes that point in time where you've got to get those cards, that data, into the CRM. Otherwise, again, you've just been spinning your wheels for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks.
That's exactly right. And we're here to take people from the point of meeting them into the making money with them, right? Either through them or to them, either way. But you can't do that unless you have a system in place, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And people would really encourage you as well that this is an ROI of your networking. Yes, it's a pain in the butt. Yes, it's hard work. But that's what networking is all about. And it's the ROI.
That's exactly right. So we're taking, the wide swath, right, of all that data, and now we're putting it into systems that are organized, and now they organize them for you. So that's the beauty of this, is that they make things more accessible if, to your point, you spend the time learning.
Right.
I need to learn.
Yeah.
So I totally am like, okay, put on my calendar to start going through the HubSpot training videos. And to tap into Scotty's, because he's a HubSpot expert. But we do talk, he talks pretty high level on some of the things, and I'm going to tap on this deck, because here are some of the things he says to look for in a CRM.
Okay.
Right? Email integration, meeting calendars, e-signatures for quotes. Do you know what that is?
Well, the e-signature for quotes, that's because you can take that quote, turn it into a legal document once they sign it.
Oh.
Then boom,
That's what that is.
You got a signed sales order.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did not know that. Certainly email templates. And Eli, that's where Eli stepped in, had some brilliant ones for his follow-up campaigns, the sales pipeline and repeating tasks. Here's the choosing. So I'm going to give you some of the, let me see if I can get back here, some of the ones that he was recommending that people take a look at. So Salesforce, obviously. What's your plus and minus on the Salesforce?
For our small community and that, it's too complicated.
It is complicated. It's very big. One of my friends was a part of Salesforce when I met him, and it's a global type, like big corporate.
Yeah.
However, some people kind of like it, if that's what they grew up with in a corporate environment. Pipedrive, which is what you have.
Yeah.
Here's one that they have from Zoho. It's called Biggin.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of research on that. And again, we passed on Zoho, again, just for the fact of the complexity of it.
Is it?
Again, good system, all that does all the good stuff. But, for us that are not technically oriented, that if it's complex, we're not going to use it.
Yeah.
So we've got to find something easy.
That's right. Steps 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
That's right.
Click.
Here's one that's local. And I was hearing from the folks over at C-Suite Network that this is what they're using with their members too. Ooh. And this is what Eli uses. So it's a North Texas based. It's called High Level.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I'd never heard of it until they were talking about it. Eli said that's his choice.
It's we looked into it just recently. I mean, I think after the Connect Fest, again, great tool, powerful. But be prepared to put in 40, 60 hours of learning how to do it.
Oh, wow.
It's the same thing. It is awesome. Really like it. Pricing is good on it. Does all the things you want it to do. I've talked to a couple of other marketing agencies that use it. But they've got people on staff that will learn how to do it.
Which is what we'll talk about here, why you choose one versus another. Yeah. I did see there's a free 14-day trial, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's $97 a month beyond that, which,
But
maybe
it's, Sheryl, it's so powerful, when you get into, like Eli's program with follow-up, does texting and email drip campaign. Oh, I mean, it's phenomenal. It really, I was like big, major wow when I saw High Level.
Super cool. And HubSpot. Now, that's what he's certified in. That's kind of why... Just because it's our party, we get to choose who we want to have speak. But I liked that because I do find more often than not, maybe it's just because HubSpot is marketed widely, but it's the free version is as much as most entrepreneurs need, at least when they're getting started.
Right.
Now, I dumped the paid version years ago because I was very frustrated that I was paying for something I wasn't using, but that's my fault.
Right.
And so I just went to the free version, and then somebody told me, Sheryl, the free version is probably going to have everything you need until you graduate to a level.
Right.
So let's talk about why we choose one.
Okay.
To your point. So you choose it based on how your business is built.
Right.
So is it complex? Do you have a lot of other people that need access to it?
Yeah, I think, again... Yeah, it's the number, how big your staff is. How many people are actually going to use it? Because that's where the complexity of CRM, if you've got a dedicated techie person, your office manager or a techie person on staff that will pick this thing up in 5 minutes, it saves you a lot of time. That's okay. But if you're a solo person, now you've got to pick, unless you're a techie and really like that, then you've got to pick that easy drag and drop.
Yeah. I totally get that, and a lot of people don't have employees that we're working with, right? That are in this networking sphere of influence that we're talking to typically. But maybe they've got, like Susan Fenema, she's got a whole team of 1099 contract labor workers. And so, just determine how you're going to use it so that you can select the right thing for it. Also, budget.
Budget, yes.
So there, as I'd mentioned, HubSpot's free. Free is for me, give me 3. Or you can, some people feel like $97 is really viable to build their business, that's a great investment.
Well, you take, one, like say the High Level or whatever, $97, it encompasses you not having to buy Calendly, then you don't have to buy an email drip campaign. So you get to scrap about 4 different programs.
Okay.
Because it's all in one. So your $97 is better than paying the $300 that you did for the other 4 or 5 marketing programs.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that component. Integration into other programs. So does your pipe drive, do you need it to integrate into other things that aren't pipe drive?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the big selling points that we had with Pipe Drive. It had about 100 programs that out of the box that it linked with. Then it got connected with Zapier. Now it can link with 1,000 different programs out there.
So a great point of consideration, right?
Yeah.
And then the skill level required. So how much training do you want to put in? I wish they'd rate it on that. Maybe there is a system that I haven't found yet.
Maybe we could do an episode or a series of episodes on that exact thing, or do a workshop.
Yes.
I mean, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. So if there isn't a training time investment rating system for CRMs, we're going to create one.
I mean, I think that's good. To your point, like I haven't given HubSpot a fair chance. But, now that you're using it and all that kind of good stuff, that might be something we can offer Network Today audience. The audience there is to put together some type of workshop.
Yeah.
Where that we're helping our audience learn, because the importance of CRM, you've got to have it.
Yeah.
Just got to have it.
Yeah. And so let's move on to Eli.
Okay.
And I loved what Eli did in the fact that he does all follow-up. Really brilliant stuff on his follow-up.
Well, I spoke with Eli probably 2 or 3 weeks ago about that, and I just he blew me away again because he did it in depth after Connect Fest, because I was so enamored what a great job he did, and then he came over here and outlined it again, and phenomenal program. And I've got 3 or 4 clients that I'm working right now where I'm wishing I had that program, because we just hadn't done the proper follow-up. We've done okay, but okay is like, oh yeah, we touch them every 6 months. But no, you need to touch them more often than that.
Yeah.
And now they're sort of saying we've let the competition in. Yeah. And I just believe that if you can lock down your customer base with some of these programs that Eli has. You can lock them down.
And he has some amazing actionable tips.
Oh, yeah.
So he's got a training group of, I think, over 1,400 people that he's been training or is currently training. So hop on the Eli bandwagon. He is truly, I see a lot of people, train. He truly is a great trainer because he breaks things down so that Rob and Sheryl can understand it.
Right. Very cool.
All right. So Eli is a great person to know. He's very techie, so if you need help, then he's going to help you with some of those things, but he's also very forward-thinking. So between Scotty Smith and Eli Delaney, I was thrilled to see, and they collaborated brilliantly well. So action items.
Number 1 is pick your CRM.
That's right. Get one.
Pick one, stick to it.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's, again, when we chose Pipe Drive, we had looked at 6, 8, 9 different ones, and finally we just said we're going to stick to it. Even we had some people say, you try this, try that, but he said, no, I'm sorry, we got to stick to it.
Yeah.
Finally, we drew the line in the sand and said, no more.
Okay.
And it's worked out. But yeah, just pick one, stick to it, learn how to do it.
Yeah, and the other thing is train. So you're going to have to, there's so much self-training too. I know through HubSpot, they've got a gazillion videos.
Yeah.
But I prefer just to go to Google and find other people who needed the help that ended up going on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. And creating their own little how to use this darn thing video. And yeah, just get started today.
Get started.
Don't even think about it. I'll tell you with HubSpot, and we've talked about this before, one of my favorite features too is the app that scans those cards, the business cards, and moves it straight into your CRM immediately. I thought it was just one of the best.
I think that's phenomenal. I'm going to take another look at that just because of that one reason.
All right. Well, this is good.
It's good stuff.
So one of the things that's coming up that's already on the save the date calendar is the next Connect Fest Midway. So you were the first to know. 2/5/25 at Venturity Financial.
Woo!
Yeah. Yep.
That is going to be awesome.
It is. And so this is going to be a 9 to 1. So just a half day. It's going to be very digestible, but it's going to be team driven. So everybody's going to get to play games. and learn while you're playing, hence the Midway. Right?
They had, the game we did at Connect Fest was just such a sensational success. Everyone is still talking about it. It's awesome.
It was pretty adventuresome, wasn't it? So, yes, 2/5/25 will be Connect Fest Midway at Venturity. So we'll have just put on your calendar. I don't have a link out yet, but we will soon. And then we've got some great guests in queue because of this session.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, sir, hey.
All right, here we go.
Hey, I'm Sheryl Powers.
I'm Rob Bliss.
And this is Network Today, where we take you from meeting people to
making money
faster. And we will see you next week.